Understand that hitting and screaming at your children, beating your children, and speaking to yourself very negatively, these were all patterns and habits that you were taught. These are all forms of communication that you were programmed and conditioned to believe are normal. You manifested this video to remind yourself that you get to choose what is normal for you. You get to choose the patterns and habits that you pass down to your great-grandchildren, to your grandchildren, okay? Understand that you were born, and then, depending on the society and environment you were born into, many of you watching this video were programmed like a computer. An app was uploaded to you. You were programmed to believe that beating kids, hitting kids, screaming at kids, and speaking to yourself negatively and looking at yourself as some small, little, helpless, not worthy person. You were programmed to operate that way. You manifested this video to wake up, to remind yourself that you're the one who's going to have to give yourself permission to create a new normal. You don't have to subscribe to what society says is normal anymore. Oh, but what about all the people who say that you got to beat your kids and scream at your kids to be a good parent and that blah, 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 blah. Those are choices and decisions they are continuing to make. You are free. You are creator. You are the leader of your life, the creator of your life. You get to choose. You get to make choices and decisions that feel true for you, okay? That are in alignment with what you want to look back on when you're on your deathbed, okay? When you look back and you look at when your child was a teenager and when your child was in their 20s and then when your child was a toddler or whatever have you, when you look back on this moment, when you're 80, 90, 100 years old, and you say, damn, you know what? I'm happy that I realized I was able to create my reality by making choices that feel true for me. What choices are you going to look back on and be grateful you started to make? Is it that you made the choice to no longer spank or hit as a form of communication? That you made the choice to no longer complain about life, but to notice instead how abundant you are and all that you have to be grateful for? Are you going to look back and be like, damn, I'm so grateful that I stopped screaming all the time and that I actually just eliminated screaming at my children from something that I do? What are you going to look back on and say that you're grateful for? New choices. Damn, I'm so glad that I stopped ignoring red flags when I was dating. I'm so glad that I made the choice to stop going back to my exes. I'm so glad that I started speaking to myself with love and compassion. I'm so glad that I decentered men and relationships and stopped getting a man and being dependent on, and all this other stuff. I'm so glad that I stopped operating that way, the way that I was programmed to, and instead started to focus on the things that light me up and bring me joy. I'm so glad I stopped chasing relationships and people, started trusting that the relationship and people meant for me would find me. I'm so glad that I stopped shaming myself and shaming my child and instead started speaking to us with more respect. Like, life is short, okay? Understand that when you were born, you were programmed and conditioned to operate a certain way. You are manifesting this video and many others like it to remind yourself to wake up to how you are free. You are free and you are able to be yourself. That there's nothing in your past that you have to be embarrassed of or ashamed about. Everything unfolded how it was meant to, and you are free right now to create your future by what you feel is true for you, by what you want, by what you desire for yourself and for your family. You are creator, you are worthy, you are loved, you are supported, you are a leader. Act like it. Parent like it. Follow your heart.